Integers is the series of number which covers all the numbers from minus infinite to plus infinite. Here in the center 0 we have to write down. In the right hand side, all the positive numbers we have to take, and on the left hand side all the negative numbers we have to take. And it is the thing which covers all the negative numbers and all the positive numbers. So these all are the things that we were already knowing in our previous classes, but right now we are going to start our main topic, that is the rational number. Let's learn this all. See, a rational number is nothing. In the lower classes generally we see this kind of the numbers, means fraction. Actually we are knowing it is almost same like fraction, but only difference is that, see, definition says that a rational number is defined as any number which is in the form of p upon q, which is in the form of p upon q, where p we are knowing it is known as numerator, q it is known as denominator. So which is in form of the p upon q, means numerator upon denominator, it is known as the rational number. But what is the condition? That is very important, where p and q are integers. And already I have told you what are integers. Means integer means this number may be positive also, this number may be negative also. So that is the thing. And if the condition will be only for the natural number, so that thing is known as fraction. I will tell you the difference. For example, 2 upon 3, it is also a fraction, it is also a rational number. Here we can see more example. 2 upon 3, we can say it fraction also, we can say it rational number also. And second condition is also very important, that is q should not be equal to 0. Denominator should never be equal to 0. Why? Because we are not knowing what is the table of 0. See the example. 2 upon 3, it is a rational number. Minus 7 upon 5, again the condition is satisfied. Denominator is not 0, and this is both are the integers. Already it is a negative integer, so this is also the rational number. If both the signs are negative, no problem, because again these both are the integers. 3 upon 1, if we write down only 3, so what is the meaning by it? 3 upon 1. If denominator nothing is there, meaning is that 1 is there. So 3 upon 1 is also the rational number. But see the last condition. In this particular last condition we can see 7 upon 0. 7 upon 0, it is not a rational number. Why? Because according to the condition, q should not be equal to 0. Denominator should not be equal to 0, because we don't know what is the value of 7 upon 0. Because if 0 is the divisor and we are not knowing what is the table of 0, so this particular thing is not defined. So this is the only case where we can't say it is a rational number. So this is the introduction part. Right now we will see some of the operation of the rational number. See first, equivalent ratio, equivalent rational number. Equivalent, as you see, the name is equivalent. What is the meaning of equivalent? Equivalent meaning is that equal, which is equal to each other, which is same like that. So equivalent rational number is nothing. It says that it is the same kind of number. For example, how to find equivalent rational number? I have written one example also. See, from the example things will be clear to you. For example, if the question says that find the two rational number for 2 upon 3. So 2 upon 3, I have to multiply the same number in the numerator and denominator. For example, 2 upon 2, I am going to multiply. So nothing is there. Numerator will multiply by numerator. 2 2 ja 4. 3 2 ja 6. If I have to find out another rational number, 2 upon 3, another rational number. So what I have to do? 2 upon 3 into 3 upon 3. So I can write down 2 3 ja 6 upon 9. It is another equivalent rational number. Why? Why it is known as equivalent rational number? Because if I solve it again, see, 3 2 ja 6 and 3 3 ja 9. So again it will give me the same number 2 upon 3. So this is the concept behind equivalent rational number. So there are For their equivalent rational number is nothing. We have to just multiply 2 upon 2, same like that, 3 upon 3, 4 upon 4, 5 upon 5, both with the numerator, both with the denominator. So this is the concept behind equivalent rational number. Next thing. Our next thing is that standard form. If we talk about the standard form, so see, standard form, I have written the another form, lowest form. Standard form meaning is that any of the rational number where there is not the common factor other than 1, means which we can reduce to the simplest form. For example, see the example, I have written 27 upon minus 39. So what is the case? I can cut this. For example, both the things are coming in the table of 3. So 3 9 ja 27, 3 13 ja minus 39, and after that what I have to do? I have to shift this minus sign on the numerator side. So this minus 9 upon 13, it is coming in the lowest form. Why? Because these both are the prime number, and further we cannot reduce it. So this is the standard form. Standard form says that both the numerator and denominator, again we cannot cut this. These both are the prime numbers. They don't have the common factor right now. Another example I have written 54 upon 30. That we can cut by 3 also, 6 also. So what is the answer here? Final answer will be 9 upon 5. So if the question says that find the standard form, means nothing. We have to select one particular table which can reduce the numerator and denominator, and finally we have to go till the end till we are not getting the prime numbers. This is the concept behind standard form. Right now I am going to start some more things. See, we will talk about, see, additive inverse. Additive inverse. This we have also covered and done for the fraction. Same concept, same thing. Additive inverse meaning is that opposite sign. If I say find the additive inverse of 2 upon 3, so what will be the answer? Answer will be minus 2 upon 3. What I said? Opposite sign. 2 upon 3, negative is minus 2 upon 3. If the question was that find the additive inverse of minus 2 upon 3, so my answer will be plus 2 upon 3. If the question is that find the additive inverse of minus 4 upon minus 7, this is little typical question. See, I know that if the minus sign is present in the numerator and denominator, so I can cut this. Finally, this fraction is nothing. It is the positive rational number, means 4 upon 7. And according to this, my answer will become again minus 4 upon 7. So this is the concept about additive inverse. Only we have to change the sign. Directly we can speak. For example, what is the additive inverse of 3 upon 5? Minus 3 upon 5. What is the additive inverse of, if the minus sign come in the denominator? For example, find the additive inverse of 3 upon minus 5. So nothing is the case. This minus sign, actually what we do, this will come in the numerator. And finally again the answer will become positive. Means for the negative number, answer will be positive number. For the positive number, answer will be negative number. So this is the additive inverse. Same like that, another question which generally comes in the board exam and which is very important, that is the multiplicative inverse. Multiplicative inverse. What is multiplicative inverse? Multiplicative inverse is also very simple. See the example. For example, the question is that find the multiplicative inverse of 2 upon 7. So what we have to do? We have to just change the numerator and denominator, interchanging the numerator and denominator. For example, the answer will be, for the 2 upon 7, my answer will become 7 upon 2. What I am doing? I am just changing the numerator with the denominator. See the some more example. If the question will be find the multiplicative inverse of minus 2 upon 7. In that particular case, my answer will become minus 7 upon 2. See, we need not to change minus sign with the plus sign. Why? Because that thing we have to do for the additive inverse. In the additive inverse we have to change the sign, but for the multiplicative inverse only we have to change the numerator and denominator, interchanging the numerator and denominator. So many examples we can do. If both signs are the negative, for example -2 upon -7, so nothing, it will again we can cut this, it will convert it into 2 upon 7, it is the positive rational number, and the answer will become again 7 upon 2. So this is all about the multiplicative inverse. This kind of the questions are generally asked in the board exams, in the 8th board. Right now see, same like that, additive identity, and next thing is multiplicative identity. Nothing, very simple. See here, try to understand. Additive identity, the meaning is that, for example, I am writing one rational number 2 upon 7. So what the additive identity says? Additive identity says that what number I should add with the 2 upon 7, so that again I will get the answer 2 upon 7. If I repeat in Hindi, so 2 upon 7 में क्या ऐड करें कि अगेन हमको 2 upon 7 मिल जाए. So it is very simple question. We know that what we have to add, we have to add 0. So this 0 is called additive identity. This 0 is known as the additive identity. Means for the rational number, what is the additive identity? 0, because whenever we are going to add 0 with the any rational number, we are getting the same rational number. See another example. For example, if it is -3 upon 5, so again we have to add 0. Means 0 is the single number which we are going to add with the any rational number, the result will become same. So additive identity is nothing, it is known as 0. Same like that, we are going to talk about multiplicative identity. In the multiplicative identity, what we have to do, see, it says that, for example, 3 upon 7. If I am taken 3 upon 7, so what number I have to multiply, because it is the multiplicative identity, means what number we have to multiply with 3 upon 7, so that I will get the same answer, so that I will get the answer as 1. Multiplicative identity says that what number I have to multiply with 3 upon 7, so that my answer will become 1. So it is very clear concept that for getting the answer 1, I have to multiply reciprocal of 3 upon 7. Meaning is that it says that what number we have to multiply with 3 upon 7, so that we will get the same answer 3 upon 7. So multiplicative identity, what number we have to multiply with 3 upon 7 means very easy, 1. 1 is the only number by which if we are multiplying any rational number, either it is 3 upon 7, either it is 2 upon 5, so I will get the same rational number. So multiplicative identity is always 1 and additive identity is always 0. So that was the thing. Next thing, right now we will do some of the operations. See, this is the very important operations. For example, addition. We are going to start with the addition of the rational number. Already we are knowing how to add the fraction. Say for example, I have written -2 upon 3 plus 7 upon 9. This example I am taking, and through the example we are going to understand the concept. Very easy. These both are the two rational number, and what is the case? We have to add both the rational number. So very easy. We know that these all are the in form of the fraction, means numerator upon denominator. So addition is not possible till we are not equalizing the denominator. Means until unless we are not going to equalize the denominator, we are not able to solve this particular question. So in such case, what we do? Generally we find the LCM of denominator. Means we have to find out the LCM of 3 and 9. So see, very easy. 3 1 ja 3, 3 3 ja 9, and after that 3 1 ja 3. So what is the LCM coming here? My LCM is coming here 3 into 3, that is 9. So nothing, we have to just write down 9 here. Means what is the denominator coming? Common denominator is coming 9. Right now see here, most of the students they face so many difficulty. So be very careful right now. What we have to do? Right now we have to decide what is our first denominator? 3. In the table of 3, how many times 9 come? 3 times. 3 3 are 9. So that 3 we have to multiply with the numerator, means with the minus 2. Again I am repeating. What I am doing, common denominator is 9 because it is the LCM of 3 and 9. And after that, in the table of first denominator 3, how many times 9 come? 3 times. So that 3 I have to multiply with the numerator minus 2. Same thing I will do for this. This is the plus sign. I will put plus sign here. Again in the table of 9, how many times 9 comes? 1 time. So that 1 I have to multiply with the numerator, means 7. And nothing, we have to just solve it. 3 2 ja 6. It is a negative integer, so sign will be minus 6. After that plus 1 into 7 plus 7 upon 9. And after that see minus 6 plus 7. This is the very, again most of the student face difficulty here. So see, this is the negative integer minus 6. This is the positive integer plus 7. So what will be the operation right now? Final operation will be minus, because negative and positive integer always subtract from each other. So plus 7 minus 6 will give me the answer plus 1. So plus 1 upon 9 will be my final answer. Same like that, we can take some another example. Let me solve some another example. At this time we will do it little fast. See, 4 upon 7 plus 9 upon 6 minus 9 upon 6 we can say. This is the question. How to do? First we will solve the bracket, means 4 upon 7 plus and minus 9 will give me the minus sign here. Why? Because whenever plus and minus signs comes in the operations, so according to the multiplication rule, plus and minus sign will give me the minus sign upon 9 upon 6. That thing I will tell you in detail later on. What is the LCM of 7 upon 6? I will give you the little trick. See, 7 is the prime number, so I am knowing that it will come 7 times only. And if any prime number will come, if any of the prime number is come into your denominator, so what is the easy way to find the LCM? Multiplication of both. So 7 6 is 42. You can check it at your home also. So 42 will come as a LCM. Again I am doing same thing. 4 multiplied by 7, how many times 42? 6 times. 6 here. Minus 9 multiplied by 6, how many times 42? 7 times. Little fast. 6 4 ja 24. Minus 9 7 ja 63. Upon what? 42. Again see here. What will be the final answer? Negative integer minus 63 and positive integer plus 24. So again the operation will be minus. What I have to do? 63 minus 24. See here. 63 minus 24. What it will give me? 3 minus 4 9, and it is going to be 3, means 39. Okay, check it once again. 30 minus 4 9. It is okay. 3. Okay, correct. And right now 39 upon 42. This is the final answer. But see, this negative integer was the bigger. If the negative integer is the bigger, my final answer will comes in the negative form. Again we can solve it. See, either again we can reduce it. So you can see this minus 39 upon 42. Again these both are coming in the table of 3. So I can cut 3 1 ja 3, 3 3 ja 9, and 3 1 ja 3, and 1 2 3 4 ja 12. So this minus 13 upon 14 will be my final answer. This is also your answer. But if you want to convert the answer in the standard form, so again both the comings are coming in the table of 3. So this is also the answer. So this is all about the addition of the rational number. Nothing. I am going to summarize the thing. In the addition, what actually we have to do? We have to equalize the denominator. How to equalize the denominator? Finding the LCM of both the denominators, and after that same operation we have to do. How many times in the table of denominator that LCM is coming? The same thing we have to multiply with the numerator. And after that again I am just applying the simple rule. and according to that particular rule I am finding the answer either in the negatives in the negative form or in the positive form. Same like that subtraction. Subtraction is also same like addition. Nothing, very easy. See, subtraction of rational number. Subtraction of rational number. Here what we have to do? Another example I am taking. For example, minus 7 upon 13 plus 2 upon 52. Very easy. What I have to do? I have to just find the LCM of 13 and 52. So what is the LCM of 13 and 52? See, again trick is there. I am going to use the another trick. See, what is the biggest denominator? See the denominator first. My one denominator is 13, my another denominator is 52. So go for the biggest denominator. What is my biggest denominator? 52. Check it. Either this 52 comes in the table of 13? Yes. Either this 52 comes in the table of 13? Yes. So definitely 52 is going to be the LCM. That is the trick here. If both the denominators are interrelated, so go for the bigger denominator, and according to that check it. Either this biggest denominator is coming in the table of the another denominator or not, and according to that, that is going to be the LCM. So what is the LCM? 52. Right now I am going to solve by the same method. Minus 7 into what? How many times 13 comes in the table of 52? 4 times. So see, I am writing here also. From here we are going to start. See, what is my LCM? 52. How many times 13 comes in the table of 52? 4. So that 4 I have to multiply with the numerator minus 7. Same like that. Here plus sign, I will write down plus. How many times 52 comes in the table of 52? 1 time. So that 1 will be multiplied with the numerator by 2. Solve it. Minus 7 4 ja minus 28 plus 1 2 ja 2 upon what? 52. And definitely what I have to do? Minus 28 plus 2. Subtraction. 28 minus 2, 26. Answer will be negative. You are also knowing that. Why? Because negative integer was bigger. So minus 26 upon 52 is answer. Either we can reduce it in the simplest form also. Yes. Why? Because in the table of 26, 52 comes. 26 to ja 52. So reduce it. 26 1 ja, 26 2 ja. Final answer will become minus 1.2. Same phenomenon, same answer. Let's consider another example. I am going to take another example. See here. If I am selecting minus 7 upon minus 7 upon 5 plus, this time I am going to summarize both the things. For example, 9 upon 15 and another I am taking minus 7 upon say 6. This is the little biggest question, but very important. See, right now I have taken both the things. Addition is also there, subtraction is also there. And how many rational number I have taken here? 3. Minus 7 upon 5 plus 9 upon 15 and minus 7 upon 6. So what is our first step? First take the denominators and finding the LCM. See here, I am taking all the denominators 5, 15 and 6. And I am going to find out the LCM. See, 5, 15 both are coming in the table of 5. So consider first 5. 5 1 ja 5, 5 3 ja 15. 6 comes in the table of 5. No. So same digit 6 here. Again 3 and 6. Leave the 1. Finally we have to reach till the 1. So what I have to get? 3. This one same. 3 1 ja 3, 3 2 ja 6. Same like that 2. 1 1 1. What is the LCM? LCM is multiplication of these common factors. So 5 into 3 into 2. LCM is, my LCM will be 5 3 are 15. 2 are what? 30. 30 is my LCM. This is your rough work, but I am solving here. 30 will be the LCM. 30 will be the LCM. Otherwise, I have given you the one trick also. See, apply the trick. What was my denominator? 5, 15 and 6. And after that, what is the trick given by me to you? Consider the biggest denominator means 15. Now right now check. Either this 15 is coming in the table of 5. Yes. Either this 15 is coming in the table of 6? No. Meaning is that either I can take 15 as a LCM? No. Why? Because this 15 is not the common for 5 and 6. Another, what is the trick? Increase the table of 15. After that 15, what is the table? 30. Go for the read the table of 15, 30, 45 like that. What is the next? 15 1 ja 15, 15 2 ja 30. Again check it for the 30. Either this 30 is coming in the table of 5, 15 and 6. Yes. 6 5 ja, 15 2 ja, 5 6 ja. So what is the trick here? Directly I can find out 30 will be my LCM. So that trick you can apply after the practice. Same operation I have to do. Minus 7 multiplied by what? 5. Denominator. How many times 5? In the table of 5, how many times 30 comes? 6. So 6 plus that 9 numerator multiply with, in the table of 15, how many times 30 will come? 2. 2 I have to write here. Minus, same minus here. 7 multiply with, in the table of 6, how many times 30 will come? 5. That 5 I have to write here. Solve it. Multiplication. Minus 7 into 6. Minus answer 7 6 ja 42 plus 9 2 ja 18 minus 7 5 ja 35 upon same 30. Here again we do the mistakes generally. So see, first select how many negative integers are there. Minus 42 and minus 35. So both the negative integers already you are knowing. Both for example minus 2 and minus 3. What is the answer? Minus 5. What we have to do? If there are the two negative integers, so what we actually do? We add both the negative integers. Why? Because they belong the same category. Same law we have to apply here. First we will arrange minus 42, that minus 35 I can write down with the minus 42, and that plus 18 I will write down at the last. Again see from here, see here. Minus 42 and minus 35 both are the negative integers that we have to add. So 5 and 2 7, add 4 3 7, minus 77 plus 18 upon what? 30. And after that you can see minus 77 is the negative integer, 8 is the positive integer. Off करो इससे स्टार्ट करूंगा. See here, minus 42, minus 35, both the negative integers we have to add. It will give me minus 77 here, plus 18 same upon 30. See, this is the negative integer and this is the positive integer. Both are opposite to each other. So here what I have to do? Subtraction. So what? Subtract 18 from 77. What I will get? 17 minus 8, it will give me 9, and after that 5. Means 5 minus 59 upon 30. Very simple. Why the negative sign is here? Because the negative integer was bigger. So this is all about the addition of the rational number and subtraction of the rational number. In the next session, we will discuss more about the multiplication, division, and some of the properties of the rational number, which are very important to you all. Thank you so much.